What the hell? What the hell, Ray? What you done got, Ray? Okay, y'all, so good morning. It is Monday morning, and well, we're not working today, man, not on the lawns. I couldn't really get in touch with Zach last night, so I wasn't going to be setting up a bunch of work and not able to get in touch with him. So we got work this week. It ain't mandatory that we do lawns today, so that's why I just, I didn't have to. I was going to let Zach go out and do a few so he can make some money today, but I couldn't get with him last night. Couldn't get him on the phone or text or anything, so I didn't want to set up a bunch of work, right? But today my plan is I'm going to go rent this Mini X, and I'm going to bring it back here to the house, and we're going to look at it and everything. I think they said it's an E32. I think. I'm renting it from the Bobcat dealer. So, because if I buy a Mini X, if I buy one, right now I'm in the information gathering part. So I'm going to rent it for a week. We're just going to have to see, But I'm stoked, man. I may stop by I may go by the bamboo site to try the thing out or whatever. Because keep in mind, y'all, I have never ran one before, and I'd like to kind of get a little bit familiar with it before I get it right up on my building. But I really did want to get Zach to do some of the yards today, but I just, I never could get in touch with him last night. So, but it's not going to stop workflow. So I got to do that drainage job this week no matter what. Y'all, after this week, it's going to start getting, the lawns are going to start getting more frequent, and it's really going to start getting crazy. So I need to get on these lawns and I need to get on this drainage job, get this done, get all the drainage stuff done, and see where I'm at the end of the week. I just don't understand why the guys that come out here, why they can't, be available. I mean, we're talking about on a Sunday evening when you ain't worked on Saturday, you ain't worked on Sunday, on Friday when you got off with your check, you knew that we were working on Monday. You know that this is the part of the season where we're working, I'm just like, well, maybe something came up or something or whatever. But I'm not going to be planning a whole bunch of work, and not have somebody come out here and help me. See, Zach, it would have been a perfect day for Zach to go about, and a lot of you guys over the years said, you need to let Zach do the lawns and you do some of the the heavier stuff. And this is the equivalent of that, right? I was gonna let him go do some lawns, maybe five or so, right around here, and I was gonna do the heavier stuff. Just getting the machine, getting it to my house, and familiarizing myself with the machine. That's all work, But I'm gonna hate to have the machine. I'm gonna ride by a couple of my properties I'm gonna be doing this week, see what they're looking like. And again, all the properties are not on board yet, or not needing mowing yet. And we keep having these little cold snaps. It makes it where the grass is not really trying to crazy grow. Yeah, see, these two need cut. See, Zach could have cut both of these. Easy, cheesy too. Damn, man. So after, so this morning after I talked with, after he called me and said, man, I was asleep, my bad. I'm like, cool, man, no worries, you know. So then I texted him back and I said, hey, man, do you want to cut in lawns today? You want to do a few lawns today, make some money? And I haven't heard back from him. You know, so, yeah. I don't know, man, you know. These guys get a ride and they get a little money in their pocket. They ain't the same, you know. They get that freedom. They can't handle that freedom. You know, having a ride and having a little bit of money. So, a lot of times you just got to wait them out. Wait until they broke. It seems stupid, but that's true. But I'm probably going to have to call Francisco. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on with my other guy. I don't really know, because he's, you know, it's kind of distant. You know, I don't know, man. You know, you never know, man. You know, you can't really. You know, I'm gonna need help this week. And it's just, yeah. You can never really be that efficient, man. Not on a consistent basis, man. It's hard to be efficient out here on a consistent basis when you got folks that work for you. Because see, they're not, you know, they're good when they're out here, but, you know, they're not really thinking about anything when they're off work, you know. And a lot of times, the younger generation, not everybody, but the younger generation, they don't have any self-discipline, you know. One day they go to bed at 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and the next day they go to bed at 3 a.m. There's no real consistency, you know. See, I'm, you know, I don't know. I feel like people are more productive when they're consistent. You know, get up about the same time every day, go to bed about the same time every day, you know. But the younger generation, they don't really think like that. They don't. They'll, you know, one day they'll be up to 4 a.m. and then the next day they'll be up to, you know, then they'll go to bed at 6 o'clock at night and sleep till 1 in the morning, and, you know, I mean, there's no, yeah. That's okay when you ain't got to be nowhere. You don't have, you know, no job or nothing. And that's okay, you know, I mean, that's, you know, but if you're going to work out here in the heat, man, shit, you got to have a rest, man. You got to have some consistency in your life, man. No, he didn't. With the thumb on there too, y'all. So here it is. It's an E32 Bobcat, and I'm over here at the bamboo site, and we're going to just do some just a little bit of digging on some stumps and stuff, maybe clean up a little bit, you know, just familiarize myself with the machine a little bit before I get it to my house. Because once I get it to my house, I'm going to be really close to the building, and, you know, I don't want to, you know, make a bad move. So yeah, it's pretty big too, man. I mean, they're deceiving as hell, man. This thing is I think it's, he said 24 horsepower. I mean, that's a big machine for a 24 horsepower engine. Now, y'all know my lawnmowers, all of them are more than 24 horsepower, and they ain't pushing none of this kind of weight. I mean, this is a freaking beast, man. And it's got the thumb on it. This would be about the size machine that I would probably buy. So I gotta unchain it. I got it chained down 10 ways to Sunday. I'm gonna unchain it and go from there. I'm gonna try to find something I can clamp you guys on and set you over there, so y'all, and put it on time lapse, so y'all can just, I don't know, see the process, y'all. The process, man. I'm stoked, man. Now y'all keep in mind too, I've never ran one of these. I've never cranked one up or nothing. So there's a lot that I don't know. So you're gonna probably see a lot of crazy stuff that I don't know, right? But that looks pretty on my trailer, y'all. I gotta say, man. Okay. So they give you a code to crank it, okay? And that's your code. So I ain't even been up in the cabin. I wonder if it's got a place to put my damn phone in my drink. Probably does. I already kind of like the side exit here, because, well, with the Bobcat you got to climb out. This you just step off. It's a big difference there. Okay. All right, y'all. All right. Okay. So it looks like it's got a place for my phone, a drink right there. That's cool. That's cool. Throttle. Yeah. So it won't do nothing with this thing up, so you put this down. I don't know how to start the damn thing. Where do you... Does it have a key? There it goes. There it is. Oh. I don't know what that is. It says enter your password. I got it on my phone here. Let me... I don't know what kind of footage I'm gonna be able to get. Yeah. Digging around this stump right here, not really even just trying to learn the machine, and looks like a pin done come out right there on the bucket, man. Y'all see that pin? Oh my god, see, man, that's the reason why I hate rentals. Yeah. See, that pin done come out, man. Yeah, that's gonna have to get banged back up in there. I wonder what holds it in there. Yeah, this machine is pretty cool, man. I'm real jerky on it and stuff, though. I'm gonna get the bucket, pick it up out of there. My first trench ever. I got kind of scared right here on this end because there's a natural gully right here, you see. And so when I was coming down through here, the machine started tilting uncomfortably. So what I gotta do is I gotta go back up in here and I just gotta grab all that and back up. Yeah. This machine right here is a little big for doing like the French drain that I'm gonna be doing over there at Dude's house. This machine's a little bit big for that. I will probably be better if it was a smaller machine. This machine is pretty big, you know, and you know, compared to the Bobcat, it's a lot different because, well, it's so the reach is so much. But I got to get that pin, bang that pin back through. You mess around and got a bucket of dirt in there, and you know that pin come out. I mean, the bucket might drop off, snatch. I don't know what'll happen. It might drop hydraulic lines and everything. It might rip a bunch of stuff. See. But those are things that you run into when you rent equipment. You know that I watch out for that kind of thing. Even though I've never ran one of these, I'm always watching out on where all the pressure points are on any machine that I ever rent, especially. Once you own a machine, then you know all the quirks. Like if I own this machine, then it'd be different if I've been running it for a year or two. But that's about the roughest looking trench I've ever seen. Yeah. So it's missing that. So it's missing that little pin right there. It seems like there's a lot of play in this thing. Look at all that play right there, dude. Is that supposed to be like that? Look at all that. Like a lot of play right there, man. What do I know? I'm gonna look around for a second, y'all. I'm gonna turn the camera off though. Okay, y'all, so y'all saw what I'm gonna show y'all in this video. So there might be a 2-for-1 here. This machine, I'm not gonna want to use this machine unless they know that the bushings and all are okay here. It's Ray. So I got out here and dude, there's something going on with that pin that holds the bucket on. I mean the bushings, it looks like the bushings are not, there's a lot of wobble and a lot of play in it, man. I don't know.
You have an iPhone?
I got an Android. But if you're looking, if the bucket's stretched all the way out and you're looking on top, right under the plate where the bucket hooks into the main arm,
yeah,
that bushing right there, that bushing is pushed to the center. So the bushing.
Can you take a picture of it and send it to me? I think it. So those buckets are held on by a shaft.
That's a pretty big deal right there. I mean, I don't think he took a picture of that before I left with it. But I got to load it on and chain it all down. What a pain in the ass, man. Another thing about just that's what happens when you rent shit, man. He going to have to work with me on something, though. I wish that they had a smaller machine there. That's what I wish. This thing's a little bit big for digging over there at my buddy's place. So let me load it up, turn it down, all the things that you got to do to move a piece of equipment like this around, man. All right. Don't y'all know I got something to cry about every single day? There ain't never a day that goes by where there ain't some bullshit. I said some bullshit going on. Never. Yeah, man. I hope that they work with me, man, because this is costing me, man. It's costing me a lot, dude. It is, man. I mean, they need to damn figure out something, man, to figure out, because see, you got to be watching out, man. When see, it goes back to when that pin came out. See, if I don't know anything about a machine, then I don't know anything about a machine, right? I don't know what I don't know, man. And you know, so you got to kind of be a little bit, I mean, just a little bit mechanically inclined. You know, me noticing that pin come out made me look at everything up there in that front, you know, on the bucket. And I guarantee you that part up there, it's already getting reamed out. I can already see it's not, and I'll put a picture of it up here. I can already see that it is not round anymore on both sides. You got a pin that goes through there, and then you got bushings on each side. The bushings ain't supposed to be in the center. They're supposed to be in the cups on the side. And I mean, that is my, you know, thinking. But what do I know? Shit, I don't know. See, I don't know, man. I just, you know, and he's real cool about it. He's like, well, you know, we'll bring you another. Well, he never said he'd bring me another one. I'm hoping, and they may not. I'm hoping they got a small one, man. I might even be interested in getting one of them tiny ones just to do that job over there, because I think this thing's too big. I could probably do it with this thing, but this thing is big. It's a lot bigger than what you know, well, I don't know, man. It's so frustrating not knowing shit. You know? It's so frustrating not knowing shit and know that you don't know shit. When I was younger, I didn't know shit, right? But I didn't know that I didn't know shit. See, this kind of thing right here, it could end up, I mean, you could be on the hook for a bunch of money. Yeah. But the last thing the guy said to me over there after he saw the picture, he says, "Oh my God," he said, "I really appreciate you seeing that." And I'm like, well, I wouldn't have saw it if there wasn't so much vibration. See, there's so much play in the front that it was the problem. There's so much play up there because those bushings are not where they're supposed to be. That it's all wallered out in there, and that's a lot of play. And when there's a lot of play on a bucket like that, shit comes loose, backs out, all those kind of things. You know, at first when I looked at the pin come out, I was like, okay, well, that happens, you know, not a big deal. But when I really got to looking at the whole mechanism for the front of that thing, but this is just one of the things that you deal with when you rent. And if you'll notice, y'all, the last 2 or 3 times that I've rented, there's always an issue. See, always an issue. That's why I don't like to rent. That's why I'm a freaking opponent of renting, you know. But see, bringing it back costs me. It's costing me. I might not be seeing it or feeling it, but it's costing me, you know. He don't know that I'm not in the middle of a job doing it, you know, and that happened. But I mean, but I'm gonna want some more. I'm gonna want some more time with the machine now. You're not gonna make me spend 2 hours going back and forth to get the machine, and then still, yeah, y'all know. Because they, and another thing that they did, and I'm not, you know, throwing them on the bus, but another thing, they got me renting a machine at 8:30. Well, I wasn't even up there at 8:30. That's about the time I called him. So they started the rental then. I didn't get up there, man. I know I didn't get up there at no 8:30, man. There's no way. I can go back and look at the phone and see, but I know it wasn't no 8:30. Well, see, all this is costing me. I have to chain the machine down again. I have to unchain it again. I got to chain the other one up. I'm gonna see if they'll just let me get one of the small ones and give me back the difference. This machine's too big, y'all. It's too big for what I'm using for right now. It just is. I need a small one. I need a small one with about a 12-inch bucket. That's what I need. And I'll feel more comfortable too. This thing is big, man. It's big, and I'm over there on that big property. Man, just imagine if I was all up on somebody's house or my building, dude. And there's so much play in the end of it. That's what vibrated that pin out. That's why that pin backed out. When they build these machines, y'all, and this is just my opinion, when they build these machines, there is extreme engineering that goes into these machines. If one thing is not quite right, it affects a lot more than just that one thing that's not quite right. That's the reality of those machines. I'm going to tell him when I get up here that I don't even want one of these machines. It's too big. It's just too big. And they kind of pushed this machine on me, but this is my out right here. Now, if the machine were, but I'd be even willing to rent the smallest thing they got, the smallest little bitty one, whatever, because this thing is just too big, dude. I know I keep saying that, but it's freaking huge, man. And I got this. I'm renting the machine for a specific job. It's all fun and games, but I need, yeah. But just imagine if you were on a job somewhere and this kind of thing happens. And I know it does, but man, it ain't cool. It ain't cool when you're renting a piece of equipment and it costs freaking, $400 or $500 a day and you're going through this. It just ain't cool. And I'm not saying it's their fault, but I know one thing: if I ran that thing for a week like that, it's going to be, yeah. I mean, I hadn't even ran it a hot hour. I mean, they're going to see how long it ran. It might have ran 0.7 hours or something, and not nothing. But I'm going to use this to try to get a smaller machine. I don't have to leave here with a machine right now. And I'm going to stick to my, I'm going to really try to get a smaller machine. I'm not thinking about the money, but if I rent a smaller machine, it won't be as expensive. And he might have to get one from somewhere else, but that's okay. Let him do that. Then I'll just come back on tomorrow or Wednesday and get it. They can, But that's a huge liability right there, man. I mean, okay, y'all. So this whole day is a wasted day. That's a wasted. That's what I'm talking about when I talk about wasting time. That the whole day. It's 2:50. It's 3 o'clock. A total wasted day. Yeah, the window to do that job is getting smaller and smaller. But this is all just wasted time, man. I hate freaking wasting my time, dude. I hate it, man. I kind of, pushed the yards on the back burner just a little bit today to get the machine, get it home, get it all situated, and get a little bit of experience on it, and was planning on, you know, using it this week. But that ain't happening. All that stuff right there, man, just it'll make you liable, you know. Okay, y'all, so I can't get that day back, man. You know, so lesson learned. I tried. I mean, but you know, I mean, he finally realized what I was saying, and I mean, I think that he was going to try to charge me for a half a day. And I'm like, dude, I'm not going to, I said, dude, that doesn't seem very fair to me. I don't mind paying something. But if I bring the machine back and I use my gas, time, energy, and effort to bring a machine back for, you know, in less than 2.5 hours, and I have to bring it back, you costing me. See? And I don't know what he thought that I know, that he know that I know, but I wasn't going for that shit, man. I told him, no, man, that don't even seem right, dude. He said, I said, I brought it back because of an issue, you know. And now you're gonna, and now that I brought it back, I'm gonna give it back to you guys, and you're gonna try to charge me for a half a day when I only had it for about 2.5 hours. That's total driving and everything. So he said I put almost 2 hours on it, but that ain't true. Maybe an hour. I think it was like 1.7 hours. But it shouldn't matter how many hours are on it if I got to bring it back to you. And we hadn't even hit 4 hours. He said, well, they don't do it in quarter days. All they do is half days and whole days. And I'm like, well, dude, I ain't got nothing to do with all that, dude. You need to figure it out how to do a quarter day or whatever if you got to charge me. See, if I was them, I would have never even thought about charging me. Because, well, I could have made them come out there and get it. You know? Just saying. But I got all that straightened out. He said that, you know, I think well, once he saw that I know, well, you know, that I'm a contractor and I understand my worth and I understand the value of me bringing the machine back and how much it's costing me to bring the machine back in the middle of a job, well, you know, I should have to pay for that. Now, if I broke the machine, it'd be different. But I didn't break it, you know. But I did seize the moment. You know, if I got to take it back, then I'm not going to rent another one that size. So he was going to let me have another one that size, and I'm like, I'm good, man. I want a smaller one. Get me a smaller one in here, and I'll rent it. And I had to point out to him, but though he already knew it, I had to point out to him, I'm like, dude, how are you going to charge me when I did you a favor by bringing it back? You know, that's how the rental game is, man. How you going to charge me for some shit when I had to bring it back after an hour of use? And you gonna try to charge me for a half a day? Man. But it's always something with the rentals, y'all. The rentals never, ever, ever end. The rental stuff, every time I rent something, it's some issues. It costs me more than what is on paper. And And I wasn't really doing anything hardcore with it or nothing. I dug about a 40-foot trench. That's all I did with it. I didn't even get no footage of me actually running the machine. I didn't even have a chance to hang the camera up nowhere. So once I pointed out to him, dude, I shouldn't be charged anything for that. I shouldn't. It cost me, I got an hour and a half of drive time. I got 30 minutes of chaining the machine down and shit. And unchaining it. Tell you what, man, that rental stuff, man, it's just, see, and I'm not privy to all the rental things because I don't like to rent. And the reason I don't like to rent is because of what happened today. That's exactly why. And what happened the other day when I was calling the other place. That's exactly why I don't like to rent. If I own my own machine, then I mean, it's a freaking no-brainer. Well, Ray, they'll come get it and they ain't gonna charge you, and well, they better not charge me. Hell, what about my time, my gas, and all the things that it affects when a machine breaks down or a machine has issues. This issue that machine had, it was going to end up costing me a bunch of money at the end of the week. Yeah. If they're not going to look over the machine better than that, do I really want to rent from them? I don't know, man, because I don't like being held liable for stuff. And if I'd have ran that machine a week like that, boy, it would have been ugly. So the mechanic there was standing there when I pulled back up. I guess he called him out there to look at it. The mechanic was like, yeah, that part's about $700 for that piece, you know, the whole metal arm. I don't know, man. I just, you know, it makes me just want to say, screw that. Let me go over here to freaking Nickel Rental or Sunbelt or Home Depot and rent one of theirs, you know. I think about the right size I need is about that Deere 17G. G17 or whatever. That's about the size that I need for this job. The only silver lining is that machine, I realized that machine was too big, and I wasn't gonna. I didn't want to rent. I didn't want to rent another one. I didn't want to do that. And I think he felt a certain type of way about me not wanting to rent another one. But I told him, I said, get me a smaller machine up here, and I'll rent it for a week. So he called around, and he's gonna try to get one up there on Wednesday. So that's my experience in the Mini X game, y'all. Peace out.